Namaste guys, a very happy Christmas. Welcome back to UD's quickest movie reviews. As always, this is Udai, back with some wonderful filmmakers and their work that we are going to review in our show. So guys, as this is the last episode of this year, we would like to thank every single person who has supported us. And if you are new to our show, this is the time you hit that subscribe and the bell icon so that you can be a part of our show. Now, let's get right into the show. To start with, the very first movie in our review list today is, with screen time of 11 minutes 53 seconds, a Kannada emotional short film hosted on Anand Audio popular YouTube channel. Rex is a film that is basically about this guy who is going through a very bad phase and his mental condition, who is trying to reconfigure his life and recalling the prospect of his girlfriend who went away from him with his own very best friend. He is very angry about the situation. But then his mother, who again is a prospect of his thought process, will appear and guide him to the right way. How exactly will this happen? Is a very interesting and a fresh prospect of storytelling. Coming to technicality, written and directed by Mr. R.Yash, the film is really a very fresh thought. However, most of the times I felt that film was one-sided. But then, I think film can be justified as this is a prospect of one particular person. Therefore, it should always be one-sided. But even in that case, there are some things that could have been avoided. I see that lead actor constantly disconnects from his characteristic or the emotional drive that he is in. But then, immediately he gets reconnected to it. This particular thing could be avoided during editing if you could have edited it sharp. There is this point where mother gets angry over his friend and the girlfriend, which clearly made no sense. I can understand mother's love for this particular person, but then if you see overall characterization of this mother, I see there was no scope for her to get angry over these people, which again was not connecting to the end of the film, where mother is suggesting him to take the right path. And coming to the text factor of this film, there were huge texts given right before the starting of the film and at the end of the film. It made no sense, because anyways you were going to give me a visual representation of that particular text. If you wanted me to read the text and then watch your movie and then again read the same text, which again is making me revise complete movie again and again, which was absolutely disconnecting me from the film. You cannot give me a message and then tell me to put your film to that description and watch it. That kills the creative idea of what you have given. You had a great creative visual, but then you gave me a bulk of text things or text slides, which really made me disconnect from my own thought process. What's more surprising in this movie is, a film with so many slides did not credit DOP or the editor, who exactly are the pillars of this film, because they did a fabulous job. When I talk about cinematography of the film, the cinematography really did magic in this film. There were very good angles. The lighting they used was very simple yet effective. The quality of the film, frame by frame, was really equivalent to any commercial movie that we see. Though I'm sure they could have used few more slide shots in few scenes, and there were some scope for the focus pulls to happen. But however, whatever they did was absolutely proper, clean, and very cinematic. And coming to editing was really smooth. I never felt any eye disturbance anywhere. There were some places where editor could have used a bit more effects, but then it was properly done movie. And coming to the music was really an add-on for the movie. Every single scene with a proper BGM done, and it was enhancing the film. However, there were some places where music was a bit more loud than the actor's voice, which again in turn made me a bit confused of the dialogue. But then music was compensating for whatever damage it has done. And with all that, movie ends with a great visual message, which is more important for a short film to end with. Whole team did their best to give this rich visuals. Wishing him all the best. Here at UD's Quickest Movie Reviews, we rate Rex a 3-star in our show. All the best and happy Christmas. The next movie that we are going to review in UD's Quickest Movie Reviews is The Life of a Newspaper. Unlike any of the movies we reviewed in UD's Quickest Movie Review show, The Life of a Newspaper is a very different form of filmmaking. It is an English short documentary. With a screen time of 8 minutes 12 seconds, this is the very first documentary that we will be reviewing in our show. As the title says, the short documentary is about the newspaper, how it is made, what is its life journey, and how will it end up in a recycle bin or on roads. The film is wonderfully documented. Though I think it is too short, it has some wonderful facts and some great visual information that is required. Coming to technical details, the film is directed by Mr. Nagaraja R.Yash. He sure did his research and made sure the film is done properly. However, few more details like how the news is gathered, how do they print the newspaper, and how do they transport it to so many places. The information like this would have made this movie much more informative and much interesting to watch. Coming to the concept and the voiceover. The concept and voiceover is given by Bhavana Gaikwad. Documentaries like these need a very clear voiceover to convey the information. Bhavana ji did a great job. Her voice was clear and her diction was easy to understand. Mr. Mohammad Hussain is the DOP of the documentary. He did a fantastic job. He captured some very simple but powerful shots that really enhanced this documentary visually to the next level. Frankly, this is a very short, very precise, and with a lot of information. The documentary is really helpful for anyone who wants to understand about the newspaper. And here at UD's Quickest Movie Reviews, we rate The Life of a Newspaper a 4-star in our show. All the best and happy Christmas. And that gets us to the last movie that we are going to review in our show this year. The very last movie that we are going to review this year is The Sorrow of Coursework. With a screen time of 5 minutes 43 seconds, this film is really one of those rare, mind-blowing psychological visuals of a lonely thought of a lonely man. The film is a great experiment and is posted on Marsiha YouTube channel. As the film had no titles given or any names in the description, we may not have names of department in charge. As I already told, the film basically is a thought process of this person The whole movie is narrated in the format of a voiceover or mind voice of this person. The dialogues talk about the past, present, and the thought process of this lonely person. He constantly thinks about his life and the reasons why he ended up lonely in this particular situation. The direction is wonderful as it isn't easy to visualize a script so complicated as this piece. The write-ups and dialogues are very brilliant. However, I'm sure even at this simplified factor, film is too complicated for a common audience to understand. Coming to the camera, the shots and the angles were really brilliant. I really appreciate the thought of this camera person choosing the location where it is already lit. For example, the street where they have a lot of street lamps to the extreme end. As the person walks, it's already lit and the frame looks so rich. Or, for instance, the person sitting in a bus stop where he has a big signboard behind him that is letting him up. These are the places where you have ready-made light done, and that really enhances the richness of your film. I think that is a brilliant move. However, I also see during few dark scenes there was a lot of grain happening. I really loved those slide into focus moments, very rare to see in filmmakers, in short filmmaking. Very rare to see in short filmmaking. I really appreciate those slide into focus moments, slide out of focus. These are very simple techniques, but yet it gives you a very powerful feeling of cinematic representation of visuals. I really appreciate that. I only suggest the camera team to take care of those low grain moments which can be avoided and can be treated in editing. Editing was amazing, the cuts were smooth, transitions were wonderful, and the very smart move of the editor making the complete movie turn into a monochromized visual. That really is a smart move. They cut short their times to color correct, or they even minimize the mistakes that could have happened if the movie was in color. In one line, if I have to describe this movie, the movie is smartly written, smartly shot, and smartly edited, and very smartly they have composed every single frame of the movie that will make you feel amazed while you are watching. And appreciating the whole smart team, here at UD's Quickest Movie Reviews, we rate this film a 4-star in our show. All the best and a happy Christmas. So guys, that brings us to the end of the show today. Hope you guys enjoyed our episode today. And as always, thanks to Mr. Venkatesh for being our special reviewer of the show. And thanks to everyone who subscribed us and supported us till this date. If you haven't yet subscribed our show, please do smash that subscribe and the bell icon so that you can be in the loop. So guys, before I go, I just wanted to remind you that you can watch all these movies that we review in our show by hitting the link given in the description. You can write to us your thoughts and your rating for these movies in our comment section. If you are a filmmaker yourself and you want your film to be reviewed in our show, you can write to us in the comment box. You can get in touch with us on Facebook. We also have a WhatsApp group where you can come chat and you can even share your ideas, thought processes, your ideas of filmmaking in our WhatsApp group by hitting the link given below in the description. And guys, don't miss next episode. We have a big surprise for you. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that. Till we meet next time, this is Udai signing off. Namaskar and a happy Christmas.